Hey folks, good morning. I'm going to talk to you about the MGTOW movement. Now, before I do, let me just give you a little warning of something that may happen now. I'm out here in the US of A on a family visit, visiting my daughter and my two lovely grandchildren. Now, I may get interrupted by my granddaughter. She's 2 years old and she's all over her grandpuppy, so I found a quiet room. Hopefully I'll get a bit of peace. Yeah, I'm in Pennsylvania in a lovely place called Scranton. Hey, so let's move on now. So the MGTOW movement. I've made a couple of videos of the MGTOW movement, and I do enjoy watching MGTOW videos. Now, for the benefit of those who do not know what a MGTOW is, MGTW stands for Men Going Their Own Way. Now, where do I stand on the MGTOW movement? Now, I class myself as a unintentional MGTOW. Now, there's supposed to be 5 levels of MGTOWs. Now, I can't give you the list exactly as they are off the top of my head because I don't know all the levels, so I don't want to misquote anyone or misquote anything. I might even be a new category of MGTOW for all I know, but I'll tell you my story, and you could let me know in the comment section if I am a new category or whether you fit in the same zone as I do. Right. So an unintentional MGTOW. Why am I an unintentional MGTOW? All right. As I've stated before in a previous video, in my opinion, there are 2 types of women on this planet. You have a maker and you have a taker. Right, so let's start off with the makers. Now, a maker, she's the sort of woman that has your back. You and her, you work as a team. She supports you when you're down, and hopefully, if you're like me, you would support her when she's down. So you work as a team. And I'll just talk about my experience with the makers that I have come into contact with in my lifetime. So, typical thing a maker would do, for example, I'm round her house or flat or whatever, and I'll be watching TV, chilling out, and she would say something like, "Hey Ron," I said, "Yeah, do you fancy a back massage?" I said, "Oh, I'd love a back massage." Or she may say, "Hey you, take your top off, get on the floor, I'm going to give you a massage." All right. And obviously, because she does this willingly and what's the word I'm looking for? She volunteers it without any seek of reward. I am more than happy to do the same for her and more. Right. So I'm just giving you the feelings of a maker. Another trait of a maker. She has your best interest at heart. So if you're drafting a letter, she will check it out and make sure it's okay and stuff like that. She would add to the skills that you may not have as such, and she'll give you constructive criticism because she has your interest at heart. But one of the best bits about a maker, and I'm going to say it as a red-blooded male, once you've had a taste of a maker, a fun maker, right? Not only does she have skill in the bedroom, but she enjoys utilizing her skill. Once she works out which is your buttons to press, she will press the buttons because she's enjoyed pressing the buttons. She would suck you into next week. She would. By the time she finishes with you, you won't know where you are or who you are, right? And she'll work on your body like a aircraft engineer. She would take her time, and there's that saying, once you go black, you can't go back, or something like that. Well, I don't know what the saying would be for a maker. Once you've been with a maker, I'd have to think of, but you get the gist. You get the gist, right? So, with a maker, she enjoys adventure. be it role play, be it dressing up in sexy underwear, be it making home videos. It's fun all the way. Wow, it's just, oh boy, man, I've been spoilt by a few makers I've come across in my lifetime. I really have. But gee, if I die tomorrow, I'm dying a happy man. Anyway, so let's move on to the takers. So the taker does what it says on the tin. She's only interested in what she can take, and she's out for her own ass. She's very selfish, and and what's even worse in my case. 2017 September, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and on November the 23rd, I had the radical prostatectomy operation, which means you have your prostate taken out. And so from November 2017, the time it takes for me to get my natural erection back naturally without the aid of pills or any sort of vacuum device is approximately 18 months to 2 years. I'm still in recovery mode. I'm happy to say that things are looking good naturally without the aid of any pills. It's looking good. It's just over a year now, but things, there is some bright light at the end of the tunnel. So how does this tie in with a maker and a taker? Well, very much so, because if you're in my position where you're sexually handicapped and you're going to have sex with a taker expects you to do all the work. She has little to no consideration for your situation, that you're sexually handicapped, and she has little consideration that you need stimulation for your recovery, because the more you stimulate it, because erection is to do with blood flow, the more you stimulate it, more blood flow you get, the better aids your recovery. But she's a taker, so she doesn't really give a shit about your recovery, basically. So she just lay there and expect you to do all the work, and expect you to do all the and she would do nothing for you. I mean, if she does give you a hand job, it'd be little to no good, and you could forget. That's kind of more or less non-existent. So, fair enough. Guy like me, I think. I note it. I thought, okay, no worries. Well, I'm not in a committed relationship. So if I was in a committed relationship, I would sit her down and have a chat with her and say, well, look, this is not really working for me. You need to make more effort. But as I'm not in a committed relationship, I know I've got somewhere else to go. So I'm not really that bothered. You could be a taker and be selfish. No problem to me. No problem to me, because I know exactly what I would do. Because with a taker, I would just use the vacuum pump when it comes to having sex, when it comes to me getting myself sexually ready to give a penetration. She would only get the vacuum pump. And it's been over a year now, and my doctor's prescribed me with a tablet called Cialis, and it's way stronger than Viagra, and so it really helps. Now, you only get 4 in a packet. So obviously with a taker, I'm not going to waste my pills on a taker who's not going to stimulate me. But when I'm with a maker, right, that's a little different story. I would definitely use a pill with her. And if I need the vacuum pump as an aid, then I would, because I know I'm getting the stimulation. So you see what I'm saying? So so you see what I'm talking about, the difference of a taker and a maker. So how does this all tie in with the MGTOW movement? Well, as I said, I'm not in a committed relationship. So think about it. Once you've had a taste of a maker, and in my eyes, most of the women that I come across, the impression I get with most women, most of them are takers, in my opinion. So why would I be in a hurry to settle down or form a relationship with a taker. And because the makers, in my opinion, come far and few in between, so that leaves only one option: MGTOW. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm going my own way. And this is something that's come upon me because I've had a taste of the maker. And I'm not going to go, why would I go with a taker when you've had a taste of a maker? You see what I'm saying? So hence the category of an unintentional MGTOW. Now, I've had complaints before, I've had one complaint before that sometimes that I take too long to get to my point. Now, I like to build up the moment. That's my way of doing things. I believe if I'm build up the moment, the point is more powerful. But if I've took too long to get to the point, well, I do apologize, but that's just my way of doing things. Everyone has a way of doing things, and that's what I could say. I'm not Burger King or McDonald's, so I do apologize if I've taken too long to get to my point. But if not, if you've enjoyed what I've said, doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, the message is the message. So let me know where you stand. Let me know if I'm a category 6 in the MGTOW movement, but that's my story and that's how it goes with me on the MGTOW movement. Okay, thank you very much. I'm enjoying my visit here in America, in Pennsylvania, and I'll be back in London in the new year. Okay, folks, see ya. Thank you. Have a great time, whatever you're doing. Okay, bye.